My goddamn headphone cable was tangled up itself. Anyway. We good? We good. Right, okay. So, Warcrata is being held somewhere in the Ziggurat to the south, which has been taken over by a host of Kikiran bandits. That about covers it then. Be prepared to fight. They may not be the most challenging foes, but there's sure to be a lot of them. Yeah. Dude, no, I went aetherite hunting. Not aetherite. Aether current hunting the other day. Kept having to pass through the Ziggurat camp. It's crazy. They're called meat eaters. Or the vegetable eaters. The plant eaters. Please, let me go. I'm begging you. I don't want to die. Hear that? I think it came from the top of the ziggurat. Who dares come to loot our man flesh? Ours to eat, ours to eat. We knew it'd come to this. Kill them quick before they alert the others. Thanks for the help, guys. How did... Oh god. Uh... Oh, got a little out of hand, but Brogger, what did I ever do to deserve this? I've gone to bed hungry for months. My skin and bones. Hardly make a snack, much less a meal. Oh, you found him. Wait, are you here to rescue me? Your sister sent us. It's gonna be alright. My sister? Oh, Ralger be praised. She's safe. And you lot fought your way in here just for me? To think there's still good, brave folk in this world. You should go before the Kikun return in force. You still have the Tributum? Oh gods, the Tributum! The Imperials will be wondering where I am. I have to go. What, right now? In your condition? You don't understand. We were given a warning last month for being short. If I don't make it in time, there's no telling what will happen to me and my sister. Maybe, you know? I'm glad we saved him, but seeing him run off like that, I got a bad feeling about this. We'll take the culverin. Listen, Ema, and Mefred, I think we need to go after Warcrata. Wait, you had better not be thinking of stopping him. You heard what he said. If they don't pay one way, they'll pay another. I know that. I do, and I don't want to interfere. I just want to see that he makes it there safely. That's some of it. Then fine. Let's head down and see if we can't pick up his trail. Whee! Any luck? Yeah, I found a chocobo feather. Chocobo feather, is it, aye? Is it? Aye, by my reckoning, it came from Warcrata's bird. In which case... There's a collapsed bridge just around the bend. Hug the rocks and stick to the shadows. We'll find him soon enough. Any minute now. I'll expect he'll come thundering round the bend and... Hear that? Get ready to get to cover. Quickly.
Are they Imperials? Are they Imperials?
Worse. Skulls. Listen, Lise. Whatever happens, stay hidden and do not intervene. Understood?
What?
You there! Halt! You know you shouldn't be here. Explain yourself.
Forgive me, sir. I came to deliver the tributum.
Oh, aye. A likely story. Only a fool would dare to come so late. Or, mayhap, a resistant spy.
No, you've got it all wrong. I was waylaid by bandits. It's not my fault.
I said halt!
Is this a joke? You don't seriously expect us to believe this is a fake? How stupid do you think we are?
It is, I swear, on my mother's life.
Spare us. You came late, you lied about bandits, and then you tried to cheat the Empire of its due.
Think you can kill them all? Including the ones watching from the tower? Even if you did, others would come for him and his family. You'd be condemning them all to a life of hard labour, assuming they didn't just execute them, that is.
But it isn't fair.
bloody fault we're stuck out here patrolling this godforsaken wasteland. It's your fault I have to listen to people go on and on about how Alan Egan's can't be trusted. I've worked and toiled harder than any man. I'm a citizen, goddammit. And what are you? A stupid, stubborn little dog who'd sooner bite the hand that feeds him and pine for the good old days.
That's enough! That's enough! Lord Xenos is expecting our report.
I bet the poor bastard can't believe his luck. He gets to go home. We should do the same.
Uh-oh. I'd heard their commander was keen-eyed, but gods, that was a near thing. Tears me up inside to see our own kinsmen doing the bidding of the Viceroy. They made their choice, and if it comes to it, I'll cut down every last one of them myself. Ooh. I'll probably take the foil. Wakata's alive, and the tributum's been paid. It's all that matters for now. Everyone would rather not wait around to see if the skulls decide to return. You best get back to Alagana and tell Ragonfrid his man got the job done. We owe you a debt of gratitude for what you did. Wakata told me everything. How you fought with the Kikirin and saved his life. For all the good it did. We saw what happened when he met with the skulls. How they beat him half to death. We could have stopped them. I reckon you could. Mefford's a warrior, as is your comrade. And you're strong like your father. That much is plain. But I thank Rhalgr you did not, because it would not have ended with them. Wakata and his sister would have been branded insurgents, if not the whole lot of us. Bones heal, scars fade, but the dead remain dead. We're alive, and that's more than can be said for only the gods know how many others. It's enough for you, is it? To put up with whatever they do to you so long as you get to see another day? That's right. You grit your teeth and you learn to live with the pain. I'll admit, I was quick to judge you, Lise, and for that I apologize. I know you and yours mean well. I do. But I'm telling you, God's in the heavens as my witness, we've got nothing left to give. We can't help you. I understand. Thank you for your honesty. She may say it, but she doesn't mean it. Nor would I expect her to. Her father was stubborn as an ox, too. She set on walking the same path. I but pray she won't follow it to the same end. Good coffee. Well, she took it better than I anticipated. Which isn't saying much, I suppose. We should go and see if she's alright. Sorry about running off like that. Alamegans terrorizing their own? I just can't accept it, you know? No matter what he thinks, they shouldn't have to put up with it. Day after day after day. I'm not completely naive, you know? I didn't expect them to storm a castrum with their pickaxes and shovels or whatever it was. But nor did I expect Warcrata to just lie there in the dirt while they kicked him. I can't claim to know their pain. I barely remember this place or even my father's face. But I remember Ida's. I remember how scared she was when we ran. That look in her eyes when she talked about home. Her home. But not mine, is it? There you are, Lise. Been looking all over for you. Well, you found me. Got something else to say? That I do. I said some things to you before that I shouldn't have. It wasn't my place to do so, and I'm sorry. All that rubbish I spouted about how I loved my village. But when one of ours was in need, I was cowering here with all the others. Didn't even think to go after Warcrata. But you did. Made me feel like the bloody hypocrite I am. I truly care for my people. I fight for them. So I will. If you'll have me. You're asking to join the resistance? When you put it like that, I suppose I am. But not just me. There are others I know who've been thinking about it for a while now. It's not many of us, and we're not hardened warriors like you lot, but if your hearts bleed for Alamigo, that's good enough for me. You and yours are more than welcome at Ralger's Reach. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. I'll go and speak with the others and send word when we're ready. Still think this isn't your home? No, I was just thinking out loud. And with that, my friends, our mission is concluded. Let us return to the Reach. Should I do the level 63 samurai quest? I should. Will it take me to Doma, though? I mean, that's why I've been holding off, is because... I guess the one samurai quest that took me to Ishgard explicitly said we're gonna go to Ishgard, and it was blocked out. It was red. The marker was red, so I guess I could a little bit. First of all, allow me to commend you both on a job well done. Though nothing went according to plan, we nevertheless managed to attract some new recruits. And it was your passion and conviction that moved them to join. Thank you. No, thank you for giving me an opportunity to find out what our people have been through these last 20 years. It's been humbling. And troubling, too. I'd heard about the skulls, but that was the first time I'd seen them in the flesh. I know you'd say they're the same as any other Imperial soldiers, and maybe that's how I'll have to think of it myself if our paths ever cross on the battlefield, but when, not if, that day will come, please. You can't afford to hesitate when it does. Young, old, conscript, citizen, Garlean, Alamegan, none of that matters. They've all got their reasons, but they're no better than yours, especially when they're bearing down on you, blade in hand. Saying that, I don't want to kill them any more than you do. If I could convince them to lay down their arms, I would. Sadly, I've never been much of a talker myself, but who knows? Maybe you could be one, Lise. Your father certainly was. Right then. I'd best begin preparing for these new recruits. You know, Lise. It's been a pleasure. Owing to the efforts of you all, we have accomplished a great deal in a short time. Resistance thanks you for your service, Scions. I see operations have been proceeding apace in my absence. Welcome back, brother dearest. I take it your efforts to gather new recruits were successful. Indeed. There were several amongst the Scion's ranks that were quite eager to take a part in our joint effort with the Resistance, whom I came to present. Commander Kemp, if I may. My name is Arnvald Lintinus, a half-breed, as you can doubtless tell. I'm here to fight for a free Alamigo. For an Alamigo where women like my mother are never made to suffer. I pray you grant me this honor. You're true-born son of Garabanya, same as me. It's not my honor to grant, but yours to freely take. Welcome, brother. With our swelling ranks and the aid of the Eorzean Alliance and Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I believe we will soon be in a position to seize the initiative. Once our new recruits have received sufficient training, I will propose to General Alden that we draw upon plans for an assault on Castellum Veladina. Then, in the meantime, we will make what preparations we can. Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo,
Alliance forces have occupied Castrum Orient and taken up positions along the length of the wall. Our patrols have engaged their reconnaissance parties on site, but there have been no significant exchanges.
I kind of see what people are talking about with Xenos.
Save one. A unit tasked with field testing prototype Magitech weapons was attacked. The weapons were destroyed, with the unit sustaining near total casualties.
Near total. Go on.
Sure, he's a dictator, but it's kind of fine.
My lord, there was but a single survivor from the unit in question, which falls under my command.
Where's my water? I'm thirsty.
According to his report, they were ambushed by a contingent of Eorzean Alliance regulars, abetted by resistance insurgents.
A simple ambush and only one survivor. A fine day's work. Stubbornness to survive is not without worth. He may live. However, the 12th is no place for the weak.
He shall be relegated at once, my lord. As you say, the 12th is no place for cowards who count their lives more precious than the cause.
Indeed. We have no need of cowards.
I don't know if I'm big on his voice, though.
My lord.
Cowards. Who defer critical missions to their subordinates, who hide within their castra, never meeting their prey in battle, never staring at the whites of their eyes. Why? When confronted with a heretofore unknown icon, did we surrender the wall to the Alliance? Because my honored father, in his infinite wisdom, has not seen fit to grant us leave to march on their lands. Accordingly, we have extended an invitation to our neighbors. Gir Abania is where we shall host them. The field upon which we shall enjoy the sport of kings. Patience is paramount. Cornered animals may have spirit, but they are ultimately predictable and very poor sport. But if one dangles the promise of freedom before them while nipping at their heels to stoke their passion, then things become interesting. It is a delicate dance, one which asks much of my house. And so I put the question to you, my fellow huntsman. How shall we deal with these savages?
My lord, I have a proposal.
Silence, Alamegan! You do forget yourself! Only by the grace of Lord Van Baelsar were you afforded a place here, and that in name alone. We have no need of your proposals, savage.
This savage yearns to hunt her own. The floor is yours, Commander.
Thank you, my lord.
Right then, I've got duties to attend to. Mayhap we could assist you with said duties? We are here to help, after all. The three of you have been so busy. The three of you have been busy, so I will understand if you require time to rest. If not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies with the preparations. We'd be grateful for any and all help you can offer. If you ask around, I guarantee you won't want for work. I beg your pardon. The woman who bested Gaius von Baelsar wishes to offer me her assistance. I say this is highly irregular, though I have heard it said you had a penchant for aiding the common man. In which case, before the occupation I was a humble historian. While my duties leave me scarce time for aught else, I think it important that these momentous events be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable, and I had a mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, ask them their motivations for taking up this cause and so forth. You may take down their statements in this log, and, Una, thank you for your service, now and ever after. I've gone down this tunnel. I've not. God, this is a kind of a vibe. I like it in here. Why'd I join the Resistance? Well, if you must know, it was to avenge a friend the Imperials butchered before my very eyes. Back in Alamigo. We owned a stall in the markets, and a passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. He spoke out before I could stop him, only to get a foam of steel into the gut for his troubles. Found my way here, and that was that. Running in front of that soldier, doing practice duties. It's like running in the middle of a gun range. Like... I was just a cook before all this. Simple fare, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. Took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know? There's always a need for cooks, or at least people who can work with whatever the foraging parties turn up. You want to help, do you? Seeing as how I'm in no position to leave the stew pot unattended, could you go and ask Teb for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got in hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what sort you add, so long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. I am a trainer, and I was told to expect new recruits this eve. Yet Tenaria 1 has come. Perhaps they were given the wrong time or location. I do not know. A number 5 in all, these would-be warriors. Send them unto me, should you chance to find them. Oh, gods. That is a lot of markers. Why? Why indeed? Save lives, perhaps, or to make amends for the ones I couldn't. My father and my brothers were worked to death while building a castrum. What did it matter to the Garleans, eh? More where than lot came from. More where that lot came from. After that, I couldn't keep on doing nothing. I know. I'm late. I had to say a prayer for my sister first. After what the Imperials did to her, death was but a mercy. You, you walk. You cock. Aren't you the Icon Slayer? Damned if I know why you bother asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance, but it's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamico, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with them or not, and if you're with them, you may as well make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship if you live long enough. You'll die stealing someone else's land, like it's not, but that's a choice. But me, I'd rather die here. Need your calls for me? I see, we're discussing strategies for disabling Magitech armor, you see, and... yes, of course, there is no time. If you would excuse me. Well met, Gina. You've spoken with the Freedom Fighters as I asked. As fascinating as they are varied. You have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. I could not have done better myself. Many years from now, when these tempestuous times pass into memory, their accounts will serve as a window into the struggle. You must never forget, my friend. Never. Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand? Afraid I can't spare that much. We'll take 2 and be glad of it. The remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother, though. You'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the Reach. Oh, bugger, you weren't sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live through their training. Can't be true, right? Oh, bugger. Did they change the wet clothes look? I don't remember there being distinct visual difference. Like, yeah, it dries quick, but... Am I stupid and unobservant? I might be. Uh... It's a FC member. Thousand pardons. So preoccupied was I by the question of whether Alamigo should be a monarchy or republic that I neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Until we drive the Imperials from our lands, the question is moot. There you are. Walked right by you. Right by you. Huh? Training? God, I was so busy practicing to impress the others that I completely forgot. Thank you. That's a fun chocobo. Ah, there you are. Got these syrups I asked for? Thanks. That'll do nicely. And, sorry to impose upon you, miss, but you were another new recruit. Didn't realize until after that you were, No, it's alright. To answer the question that's probably on your mind, yes. It's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause. Though that comes at a cost too. Too many villages, too many children more deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake, as we must. And we never lose sight of the dream. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Not all appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, as if the Imperials will be so kind. 'Tis a thankless job to teach, some say. But I say their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. Damn it all. Where could it have gotten to? Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the Destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground as a sudden bloody fool have dropped it? I'd been him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain. Not left the Regis since, so it's got to be around here somewhere. If you got a moment to spare, would you be willing to help me? Help me search. Spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the officer's pavilion. Hardly rare, I know, and I could just as easily buy another, but even so, please help me find it. Huh? I swear I've searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. 7 house, it's the one. It's my lucky ward. You're a godsend, sister. Where I was born, our mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. And then Theodoric came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard. After him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep to the old ways, as do many others. And when my son is born, I'll teach him the stories in the scripture, as my mother taught me. And with that, another task is complete. Ah, I hear you've been keeping busy. Aye, that she has. We thank her for it. It pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Monago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castellum Velodina to General Alden personally. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Custom Oriens before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? Seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well, I will wait for you at the pass. but not too long. I expect Kryl and Y'shtola will wish to remain to support the chirurgeons, but nevertheless, we should go and ask them. Okay. Saw to miss. I see. That would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. This joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive in attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support. As was the case with Ishgard, however, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on the others' behalves. This is war, and every scion must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight. For Alamigo, for my father, for Ida. A minute to the end. Choice was made for us ere we were born, brother, when the Empire marched on Eorzea. We'll stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. Van Baelsar and Van Darnus were but the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, and further complicated by the existence of Ilbert's Primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this a foregone conclusion, given our actions thus far, but if you require renewed affirmation, then yes, I am still wholly committed to this cause. For it is ultimately the selfsame cause I have served since I first pledged to serve Master Louis Soir in the Circle of Knowing. The salvation of Eorzea, by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here from Infilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. As for you, Yuna, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmond, the woman who slew Gaius von Baelsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero, and heap great expectations upon your shoulders. You, like every scion, must decide for yourself. I like that last one, but that's not what Yuna would say. This we can but carry on for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. Not just still coming to terms with her relatively fresh grief. But also, because I mention him a lot, but, well, have I mentioned him actually? I don't know. But it's part of her backstory that she, was involved with an Alamegan refugee, let's say that, who lost his life as well, so. Well said. Well said indeed. Take care, Y'shtola, Cryle, and do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Please, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Monaga will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, Yuna? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Castrum Oriens would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I am sure I can convince Monaga to wait a little longer. I'll have to... make a concept of him, but, the Alamegan that Yuna was involved with, actually, no, well, I will make a visual concept, but I won't reveal the full extent of the details as I'm writing some stuff. So you will be accompanying Gus. Well, glad am I to hear it. All set? Excellent, then let us be off. All I will say, though, is, like, oh wait, shit, I'm not going the right way, am I? Okay, here we are. but like actually helping the resistance and all the Alamegans is a huge deal for Yuna currently, so. Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. I'm come at Commander Kim's behest to brief you on the latest developments of the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Alamegans, our ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the efforts of the Scions. As a consequence, we are now able to field half a dozen new units, with more being trained as we speak. Good. I gather Comrade is eager to strike when the iron's hot. Just so, General. He proposes that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture Castellum Velodina. Capture Velodina? That will not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we are ever to push east towards the capital. There's no profit in delay. It is only a matter of time before the Garleans learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances. Rank every able-bodied Alamegan who can carry a weapon. Pippin, I want Velodina watched. Assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I would know this one's. If there's no objection, General, might the Scions join Marshal Tarapin? By all means. If that is all, let us be about it. Be gone, but Conrad and the General are of one mind, it seems. I only wish I could say the same. While this aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, what losses will we suffer in the meantime? Anyway, we should speak with the Vice Marshal about this reconnaissance mission and see how he would like to proceed. Thank you for volunteering to join me. This should be a fairly straightforward reconnaissance mission, so long as we don't have the ill fortune to run afoul of an Imperial patrol. Come, our destination is beyond East End, just north of Velodina. Okay, I was curious about what level our missions were getting to. Because as you can see, I am on the verge of level 64. This shit's quite tough for me being 3 levels ahead of but meh. This ought to be close enough. Now we settle in for a long watch. That said, it would be prudent to keep your weapons at the ready, in the event a passing patrol stumbles upon us, or worse. Ooh, cutscene sequence. In that case, Hello. Also got a snack, so.
Excellent. The disposition of the Imperial forces is exactly as expected. I will notify Father. The disposition of the Imperial forces is exactly as expected. I will notify Father.
Cannon fire! Where did it come from? Cannon fire! Where did it come from?
Smoke! There! Is that... Oh, gods, it's Relga's Reach. Smoke!
Uh-oh.
There! Is that... Oh, gods, it's Relga's Reach.
It's no use. I think someone's jamming our communications. It's no use.
You don't think...
I think someone's jamming
Could
our
this be part of a
communications.
coordinated attack? You don't think...
Too
Could
early
this
to
be
draw
part of a
conclusions.
coordinated attack?
We must abort the assault and return to the Reach at once. Too early to draw conclusions. We must abort the assault and return to the Reach at once.
Forward! Forward! Give them no quarter! Forward! Forward! Give them no quarter!
You! You! Traitor! Kinslayer!
You're no kin of mine!
Kinslayer!
You're no kin of mine!
Damn.
Meffred!
Oh, yeah.
Take you! Take you!
Well, well. Stand aside, Pilus. This one has promise. Stand aside, Pilus.
Have a care, my lord. She's not like the others. Have a care, my lord.
Do not
She's
disappoint
not
me,
like the others.
girl, or I will kill you. Do not disappoint me, girl. or I will kill you.
7 hells! It's him! It's Xenos! 7 hells! It's him!
The Viceroy! Oh, you are a dead man! The Viceroy! Ah! You are a dead man!
So spirited and yet so empty. So spirited and yet so empty.
Please run!
magical barrier. Alas, it will not save you.
The fuck?
Hold the line, Byrolga! Hold the line! Hold the line, Byrolga! Hold the line!
Kryl! Kryl!
Alphino! Alphino!
We saw the smoke and thought we heard explosions. Are we under attack? We saw the smoke and thought we heard explosions. Are we under attack?
The Imperials were all over us before we realized what was happening. No one knew where to run or what to do. It was chaos. Lise and Master Kemp rallied the guards and bought us enough time to get some of the wounded to safety, but I haven't seen either of them since.
Confound it! If we lose the Reach, this will all have been for naught. Confound it! If we lose the Reach, this will all have been for naught.
Arenvold, can you escort these people to the wall? Arenvold, can you escort these people to the wall?
Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Our place is at the Reach. We must offer such aid and succor as we are able. Saving lives is now our paramount concern. We must offer such aid and succor as we are able. Saving lives.
If we can hold back the Imperials until Father sends reinforcements, we may yet turn the tide. Hold back the Imperials until Father sends reinforcements. We may yet turn the tide.
I'll join you. I've done all I can for these people, and you'll be crying out for a healer in there. I'll join you. I've done all I can for these people, and you'll be crying out for a healer in there.
I fear you're right. Come, there is no time to lose. I fear you're right. Come, there is no time to lose.
Rats. Oof. pots.
For the glory of the flames!
Yippee, I guess.
What took you so long? What took you so long? Alphino, I need your help! Alphino, I need your help! My lord, the prisoners!
See to your men, Pylus.
My lord, the prisoners!
See to your men, Pylus.
As you command, my lord. As you command, my lord.
Your friends were a disappointment. But you will entertain me, will you not?
We'll see.
You will entertain me, will you not? Be gone!
Oh!
Give me something to remember. Give me something to remember.
Damn it. Oh. Am I? I ain't doing shit. Oh.
Don't stop now. Don't stop now.
Oh, God. Wait, did I fail? Or is it a scripted loss? Because I wasn't doing jack shit.
Pathetic. Pathetic.
7 hells.
So yeah, that was the scripted loss.
Shall we give chase, General?
Nay. There has been enough death this day. See to the wounded. There has been enough death this day.
Aye, sir.
See to the wounded.
Aye, sir.
You all right, lass?
Ah.
You all right, lass?
I think my pride might have taken a knock.
There's no ordinary foe could best the likes of you. There's no ordinary foe could best the likes of you.
Man, I was just going on about how I was doing this for a backstory character.
Don't you die on me, Ashola! Hold on! Don't you die
Don't
on me,
worry,
Ashola.
it's going to be all right.
Hold on!
Alphino, Master Kemp is all yours.
Understood.
Alphino, Master Kemp is all yours.
Understood.
Don't just stand there gawping. Hold her down while I work. Don't just stand there gawping. Hold her down while I work. The worst is past, but without the proper facilities, I can do no more. The worst is past, but without the proper facilities,
Master
I can
Kemp
do
too
no more.
would be better served in the infirmary. Let us take them there without delay. Master Kemp too would be better served in the infirmary.
Give us a hand, would you, Lise?
Let us take them there without delay.
Oh, of course. Give us a hand, would you, Lise? I know you must be exhausted, but there will be others who need our help. Leave these two to us and look to the other wounded. But there will be others who need our help. Leave these two to us and look to the other wounded.
Did well, Yuna. You saved lives. No matter what happens, remember that. Now then, let's do what we can for the wounded. Every minute counts. Gods, the fact that I leveled up from that. See to the wounded. If they live, help them. If not, move on. Mefred lies motionless, having breathed his last. Clenched in his fist is a small charm, which he'd take for safekeeping. It was already cold when I got to him. There was naught I could do. The charm must have been important. You'd best take it to Comrade. Comrade. Holy fuck. Monago? Mefred? Where are you? This is... He's dead, isn't he? Mefred was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 malms so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, though that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men in Quarry Mill away because he thought they were fighting for him and not the cause? Well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. That's exactly the kind of man who should be a leader. The kind of man who deserves to survive, not an old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to a Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls. In the heat of battle, we can but do our best, as he did. Mefred will be sorely missed, aye, but because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not. And they need us, now more than ever. I know that all, and Yuna knows that all too well. Our defeat was no near thing. It was total. A humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. But we cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alphinaud said, it is those who survived whom we must think of now. Rhalgr's reach is no longer safe. The Imperials may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Castrum Oriens will need to be taken by chocobo carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall oversee preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask that you seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you are free to search the barber and take that which you require. I would not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. Private Sokolov, Marshal Tarupin said you might have something for me. It's still endlessly funny to me how I'm still referred to as private. Ishtola and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by your side the entire time. Thank you, Cryo. I'll walk alongside. You'll need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish. Then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrades' health allows. To Castrum Oriens. You saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated. And this state will not be mounting an assault on Castellum Veladina, or anywhere else. Well, we need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects. But first, we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you all at Castrum Oriens. Understood. We will go and speak with General Alden. So, seeing Rogger's reach in this state, and seeing I saw a few like mentor players. So curious about what it looks like later. If we ever come back here. Pippin has already departed with the Wounded, has he? Good. We have completed our search of the Reach in the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straightways to Specula Imperatoris after quitting this place. It would seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away. But Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I'll leave a token force of the watch. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castrum Oriens. We can discuss our path forward there. Dude, I was so close to a... Oh, well, that's a better gil, a more even gil count. I was at 128,001 gil. And then teleporting brought me to 127,885, so... Fives and zeros. If it's divisible by 5, then... Kryle lives with Y'shtola. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryle says they're the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? Saw it happen when that Skull's commander cut down Mafred. A single blow, and that's it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. You want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did this. It was an Alamegan. Gods help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general's waiting. Oh, Lise.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours. And for that we thank you. You risked your lives to save ours.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future. Aye, just so. Let us not dwell
The future?
on this tragedy, but look to the future.
I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. Gods, I can still see Mefrid. They've ripped the heart out of his general. They've broken us. Our fight is over. They've broken us.
Master Kemp, please.
Our fight is over. I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children. Our homeland,
You mean the
our
Skulls?
freedom,
The
our
youths who
bloody
fight for
children.
Xenos? You mean the Skulls?
Grania Lupi,
youths
the
who
Black
fight
Wolf's
for
legacy
Xenos?
and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Dear Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors. But they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then... If the only way to forge the future we want
Then
is
what
to
was
cut
it all
down our
for?
own, then...
Nargo?
What will you say to the families of the fallen?
Nargo?
To the mothers and the widows and the orphans of the fallen? Will you tell them it was all for nothing? The widows and the orphans.
Listen to the girl.
Will you tell them
We
it
dare
was
not
all
suffer
for
our
nothing?
comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be. Now is the time to steel our resolve
And when
press
Xenos
on,
comes back with his army,
painful though it may be.
what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again. You'll be hard-pressed to find
can't
men
believe how
brave
strong
or
he
stupid
was.
enough to face him again.
He humiliated us back there.
Can't believe how
The Warrior of Light included.
He humiliated
God help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe? The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
We take the fight to Doma.
Interesting. You are suggesting we kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more and force Xenos to fight a war on two fronts.
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised. And I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild. And when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there. Make sure nothing like this ever happens again. I want to help our friends there. Make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater. Give us
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
I'll get there. It goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government, here or anywhere else. And I'm quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can go but assess the situation for ourselves, and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish. I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task. And Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression. Whom we will free. Where men go as one, there is life, and where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Othard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I'm one step ahead of you, dear sister. Or, rather, Tamateru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like to see if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as a liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as Y'shtola cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain. Very well, as you addressed. You know, Alphino, it would have been quicker just to ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to Arnvald and the others? Yes, Alphino, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with the gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then. Sister, Yuna, Lise, gather your things. We are for Limsa Lumensa. A moment, if you would. The Alliance has seen fit to charge the Twin Adder with overseeing the occupation of Castrum Oriens for the interim. As an adventurer, I realize it is your wont to attend to matters both great and small in all corners of the realm. Though it should go without saying that you must also uphold your obligations to the Immortal Flames, the Eorzean Alliance. Thus I would ask for your aid in a reconnaissance mission here in the fringes. Please speak with Lieutenant Mulko when you are ready to receive a briefing. She will be overseeing the operation. Okay. Is that the only purple quest? Looks like it. Do my eyes deceive me? It can't be. But it is. Yuna Sokolov, the Griffin's Bane herself. Yes, the great hero who defeated the Griffin atop Baelsar's wall, bringing his plans of conquest to a shuddering halt. I can think of no other title that so aptly benefits your prowess. Pity no one else seems to think so. But enough of that. What brings the illustrious Griffin's Bane here to Castrum Oriens? Serpent Marshal Brookstone has requested you assist in my investigation. Such an honor! I'll do my best not to disappoint you. Ah, goodness me, where are my manners? Hello, Mulko, Military Records Officer at your service. I cannot offer much in the way of combat, but if you should have any inquiries regarding historical matters, you need only ask. Now then, let me apprise you of our current situation. Shortly after taking control of Castrum Oriens, we discovered a number of confidential documents left behind by the Garleans. Prisoner records dating back to the beginning of Alamigo's occupation. As you might have guessed, a great many were conscripted and sent away to subjugate new territories. A surprisingly large number were executed, as a reminder of what would happen should any step out of line. What we weren't expecting, however, was a number of prisoners listed simply as whereabouts unknown. We thought perhaps they met some ill fortune during their imprisonment, or even escaped, but we could find no other documents to suggest what became of them. Be they living or deceased, it is now our duty to find them. Not just for our records, mind you, but their loved ones as well. They deserve the peace of mind knowing what happened here. Would that this were a recent incident, though. Will be no easy task ascertaining their whereabouts after 20 years, but I believe I know where we might begin our investigation. The Ananta have called these lands home long before even the Alamegans came to settle here. And, as luck would have it, the Resistance has established cordial relations with their people. Perhaps they remember something of what happened all those years ago. Alamegan prisoners captured 20 years ago? Yes, I remember. And the Garleans gathered their foothold here. They interned any and everyone. Traitors, Ananta, it mattered not. Most were forced to serve in the Garlean military, dispatched to other lands from which they were never to return. If I'm not mistaken, the prisoners who remained here were taken to a small village to the south. I cannot say what transpired there, but the settlement was heavily guarded. I fear the worst for them. Settlement to the south? Why, that would have to be Bittermill. I recall records of its residents seeking asylum in Gridania when the Garleans first arrived. The place was all but razed to the ground. Begin our search there. Perhaps something of value still remains in the rubble. Goodness, that's smarts. Perhaps I should have devoted more time to combat training, though no amount of training would make me a match for the renowned Griffin's Bane. That was a magnificent display. Garlean soldiers were certainly the last thing I expected to find in these abandoned and otherwise forgotten buildings. Oh shit. Still, I find this quite curious. By all rights, the Garleans should be too busy contending with the Resistance to waste time in a place like this. What were they doing here? I'm afraid our search for answers has only raised more questions. we are to make sense of any of this, we must search this place from top to bottom. After my heart returns to my chest. Sorry to keep you waiting. I fear the battlefield is no place for a bookworm. The gods are kind, we'll encounter no further distractions. Now let's begin our search. I'd like to cover more ground if we split up. Hopefully there is still some trace of the prisoners left here. Oh, there you are. Ah, Una. Thank goodness. I found someone while inspecting the houses. He seems unwell. Unwell? Unwell? No, no, no. Definitely not. Certainly not. Yes, we're quite fine. But what of you? A little girl dressed in strange clothes. Quite strange, quite strange. What? You have some nerve. Regardless of how I look, I am a ranking officer of the Order of the Twin Adder. Thank you very much. Now, who are you, and what business do you have here? Who? Yes, who? An excellent question. Who are you, but who are we? Yes, we would like to know very much, very much. You don't remember? Well, is there anything you remember? Remember. Remember, yes, something about this place. Something familiar. Quite familiar. Una. It's only a hunch, mind you, but I suspect he's not from this place. Considering he's Ellison, he's likely a Gridonian escaped from the Garleans. Or perhaps... could he be one of the missing prisoners? Would certainly explain the Garlean soldiers from before. We need to take him back for questioning. Excuse me, sir, but would you be willing to come back with us? At the very least, it would seem more comfortable than these dilapidated houses, and we may be able to help you recover your memory. Memories. Sweet memories. Yes, we would like them very much. Very much. Alright then. Let's return to Castermorians. My browbeating commander will likely wish to meet you. Suppose it can't be helped. Possibly one of the missing prisoners, you say? Expected such wild claims from Lieutenant Molko, but if he would corroborate her report, perhaps this warrants investigation. Until further notice, he shall stay under the protection of the Eorzean Alliance. Sir, with all due respect, you cannot just... Lieutenant Molko, get this man a hot meal and a warm bed. When he's had a bit of rest, see what he knows of Bittermill and the Garleans. It should not be long before we reach a resolution to all this. You're free to wait here until she finishes questioning our new detainee. I imagine Lieutenant Molko has finished questioning the detainee by now. I want to see what, if anything, she's learned. Oh, Yuna. I've just finished with the questioning. Unfortunately, he can recall absolutely nothing of his past. The only thing he's certain of is that he escaped from Garlean captivity. I'm beginning to believe he really is one of the missing prisoners. Where does Bittermill fit into all of this? I fear we've reached an impasse. It's not as if we can ask the Garleans what they were doing here. Or perhaps we can. The soldier who escaped us earlier must know something to have been prowling about the area. He has to be taken into custody. Come, Yuna. We must speak with Serpent Marshal Brookstone about assembling a search party. No stone can be left unturned. You wish to capture the soldier who you encountered at Bittermill? Well, you should know I've already dispatched a reconnaissance team. After reading Lieutenant Molko's report, I thought it prudent he be apprehended immediately. However, therein lies the rub. We lack the manpower to sufficiently survey the area. In fact, I was just deliberating over who I should call back to make a sweep of Owen's stash. No need for that, sir. Yuna and I will go. I realize I'm not the ideal scout to assist in this, but we have to find them. They're still waving at each other in the chat, so I wanted to join in. On your guard, Yuna. Bad feeling about this place. We found him. We really found him. What are you... Ugh. His wounds. If it's not treated soon, he won't be telling anyone anything. It's like to bleed out if left unattended. We tell Serpent Marshal Brookstone we found him, and he needs medical assistance before he can be moved. I think I'm going to call it quits after doing this line of quests. It's only been 2.5 hours, but... Only had one viewer, so... Men have searched high and low, and yet there's no sign of this runaway soldier. Found him at Owen's stash? Say no more. Attention, this is Brookstone speaking. Subject has been found at Owen's stash. I repeat, the subject has been found at Owen's stash. He is severely wounded and in need of medical attention. Excellent work. Perhaps now we can finally get to the bottom of all this bittermill business. By all rights, my men should be back by now. Go and see if you can find Lieutenant Molko. I want to know what those Garland dogs were up to. Ah, Una. I'm happy to report we managed to bring it back safely. Not a minute too soon. Planned to speak with him shortly after returning, but the healers won't permit anyone to see him until he's settled and the bleeding stopped. Imagine we won't have to wait very long. Seems he's finally fit to speak. I don't expect you to be grateful, but I'd like to remind you, you likely wouldn't be standing here if we hadn't found you in that cave. Now start talking. What were you doing out there at Bittermill? We were looking for someone. An escapee from one of our facilities. He'd lost his memory and was otherwise mentally unstable, so we knew he couldn't have gone far. I believe the man you're speaking of is already in our custody. We found him seeking shelter in Bittermill. He claims he captured him, though he cannot recall where. So we returned to Bittermill after all. Guess the past came back to haunt him, even if he can't remember it. Listen. My superiors are not like to show you any leniency. If you tell me everything you know, I will do all within my power to see your life is spared. Do we have a deal? Miss, I may be dressed in their uniform, but you'd be mistaken to believe I owe the Garlands any allegiance. I'll gladly tell you. 20 years ago, a group of prisoners was relocated to Bittermill to assist in the Garlands' more unorthodox experiments. They wanted to create a new chemical weapon, one that would leave buildings untouched while killing any and everyone it came into contact with. Black Rose, I believe it was called. That's horrible. Their intention was to drive back Eorzean forces without wasting any of their own on the front lines. Of course, they wouldn't know if it really worked without willing volunteers. And what better place than a village long since abandoned by its people? Not a single prisoner survived. Their tests proving a resounding success. It was only a matter of time before Black Rose would be deployed. Or so they thought. Excuse me. To the surprise of many, the project was shut down before Black Rose could ever be used. The order came from the legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion, interim leader of the Alamegan province, Gaius von Van Baelsar. The Black Wolf would not allow the senseless murdering of Eorzea's people. He saw them as future subjects of the Empire to be ruled, not savages to be slaughtered. Everything was to be destroyed, but the man behind the project would not see his work wasted, and ran off with the last remaining samples of Black Rose. He was promptly apprehended, but he'd already hidden away his work. He used every heinous tool at their disposal to make him talk, yet he would not, or rather, could not, tell them where he hid it. The doctor had already gone mad and couldn't remember a thing. I can only assume one of his experiments went wrong and ruined his mind in the process. And that means the man we found earlier, was him. Grilarmes, former head of research for the 14th Imperial Legion. I can't believe that incoherent mess of a man was a scientist in service to the Garleans. I think we've heard enough. Thank you for your cooperation. What do you think, Yuna? A part of me wants to believe it isn't true, but I see no reason why he would lie to us. There has to be some way to substantiate his story. If the entirety of Bittermill was used for their experiments, it would be no easy feat to do away with the evidence of such a massive operation. No, there would have to be some lingering traces of their work. If they couldn't dispose of it, their only option would be to bury it. We have to go back to Bittermill. Alright, split it. Has to be something here, and I'm not leaving until we find it. Glad I checked this back corner first. Reveals a small metal container, though you probably shouldn't touch it. Lieutenant Molko will want to know what you found. Found something? A metal container? Could it be the missing sample of Black Rose? So he was telling the truth after all. There's no time to be sentimental nor hasty. Any mishaps in handling that container could prove disastrous. Let's report back to Serpent Marshal Brookstone. Lieutenant Mulca reporting, sir. We've discovered the identity of the man we thought to be one of the missing prisoners. It's Grillamai, former chief of research for the 14th Imperial Legion, who oversaw the manufacturing of a chemical weapon known as Black Rose. After a thorough survey of Bittermill, we've discovered what we believe to be a sample of this weapon. We'd like to request assistance in retrieving it. Attention. This is Brookstone. A container we believe to contain a Garlean chemical weapon has been discovered at Bittermill. I need you to get out there and retrieve it immediately. As for the missing prisoners, they were used as test subjects for Black Rose. There were no survivors. Sir, I don't believe we should allow the risk of such a weapon falling into the wrong hands. Agreed, Lieutenant. After the weapon has been safely moved to a secure location, rest assured we will see to its disposal. As for Grillamay, his fate resides with the Council. Considering the weight of his crimes, his punishment will be quite severe. Almost pity the man, but memories or no, his crimes cannot be excused. Lieutenant Mulco, Unit, you've done well today, and I'm sure you're both quite tired. Go and rest. You've earned it. Actually, I think I'll be heading back to Gridania to write up a report. The events of Bittermill need to be recorded, or we might prevent such atrocities from happening again. Wish I could accompany you a while longer, but I'm sure the Great Griven's bane is needed elsewhere. Thank you again for all of your help. Look forward to adding your feats of daring to our record someday. I see no other purple quests. Wow. We're busy today. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I mentioned I want to further rediversify my content. So, the plan. Tomorrow, I'm gonna further carry on more of my Near Automata Bare Fists challenge run. But I'm thinking going forward, Wednesdays, I want to revisit my wheel thing, my wheel challenge I did ages ago. Where I would spin a wheel and pick a game. I am going to narrow it down though, because when I first started streaming, back in late June, early July, I want it to be a Metal Gear and a Final Fantasy focus. And I feel like I've hyper-focused a bit too much on Final Fantasy 14 as of late. So I kind of want to... I'm not going to stop Final Fantasy 14 content. I'm going to be streaming it like half the week. So rest assured, we're not stopping. But I'm saying, the idea is we're gonna be every Wednesday there'll be a coin toss between Metal Gear or Final Fantasy, and we'll be working up in chronological order. Or not chronological, release order. So, for example, actually, no, we won't. You know what? I'll alternate. Next week will probably be Final Fantasy 1, and we're just gonna do casual runs, nothing crazy. But we'll do Final Fantasy 1 and then Metal Gear. Not Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear. And then work our way up. And I know Final Fantasy series is substantially longer, and I also have some side games that I want to revisit, so yeah. I think by the time I finish the Metal Gear chronology, I might visit the idea of doing some Metal Gear challenge runs. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, that's the plan going forward, and I might have to start publishing like an actual schedule. It's not going to change week by week. Well, it shouldn't. But yeah, I'll make an official schedule image and start posting that. But I'm thinking Sundays will be a leveling and leveling and side quest day. Mondays MSQ. Tuesdays off. Wednesdays will be pending title, either Metal Fantasy or Final Gear. I like Metal Fantasy, actually. And then Thursdays will be other assorted challenge runs. Yeah, that's it for me.